Good afternoon. Good evening. What's happening? Everybody with us today? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We gotcha. Good. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. I think I'm good. It's Promar Ahi USA Monday. We're going to be talking Promar products today, but we got all kinds of stuff going on. I got some personal stuff going on that I want to talk about. And then I got some MLP things going on I want to talk about. I got some wolves going on I want to talk about. Oh my gosh, I got so much to talk about. And my monkey is extremely sick today. So I'm an emotional wreck. I got all kinds of things going on here. And there's a slight possibility I may be flying up to California here to do some business and get a wedding ring from Matt Ryan, and his beautiful wife fixed my wedding ring for Kelly girl. So we may make a personal stop there. But I got a thing I'm going to talk to you guys about here. I know this is a fishing show. I understand that. I'm coming up maybe tomorrow. So I'll let you know. But this is a fishing show, and I understand that, and I know that more than anybody. But I got a problem, a question. Hopefully somebody out there has an answer. My kids have bought a house about 3 years ago. They bought a house in Lake Tahoe. Okay, brand new build house. It's bitching. It's cool. It's a block and a half from the lake. It's a brand new build. They're the first people to move into it. And for 3 years, they have had electricity. They've had electricity in their house for 3 years. They've called almost every month and asked, hey, do you guys, what do we do about this bill for our house? We have a bill, don't we? We have a bill. It's electricity. We have a bill. We don't understand this. For 3 years, this has gone on, gang. 3 years, they've gotten electricity from the electric company. Okay? And for 3 years, they've been told, we show a zero balance. We show a zero balance, okay? Now, my kids are very, very smart. They have they both rank about 800 score. They don't owe anybody any money except for the house. And they've been very, very caught up on their bills. They know exactly what's going on. They're very good people. They have great jobs. They're upstanding human beings on the planet Earth. Jeanette, I need to know if you caught anything yesterday. We're kind of dark ops. We don't know what's going on with Pablo. He never calls in, never reports. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. But gang, I need some help here. My kids have just been told day before on Friday that they have a $6,000 electric bill that has to be paid on November 1st, or they're going to get their electricity shut off. Now, this has gone on for 3 years. 3 years they've had this bill. They have copies of everything. They have copies of, and they've been told, no, it's electricity coming right out of the wall. It's coming out of the utilities company. This is a brand new build. 3 years ago, the house was built. They're the first people to live in it. They moved in the day that it was completed. The electricity was on. They've been asking every month, what do we owe you? What? Nothing. We owe you nothing. Nothing, gang. They've been told they owe nothing every month. Now, if this would, They would have been turned off a long time ago if they hadn't been paying their bill, but they had no recollection of a bill. They have nothing for 3 years, not one thing. Now they've been told they owe almost $6,000 and they have 5 days to pay it, or they're going to get it turned off. What I'm asking you guys, anybody heard of this before? On a new build, is anybody heard of this? I need to find out. What do we do? I know we pay the bill. I know that. We're all prepared to pay the bill. Okay. But do we pay the bill? Do we ask? Is there any way we can do payment? Is there anything we can do? Nope. They don't have it on solar. They don't think it's on solar. They don't know. It's electricity, no solar panels, nothing. It's a brand new build. Guys, understand. They built the house. My kids built the house. They were hooked up to city power in Lake Tahoe, California. And 3 years of no bills, and now all of a sudden there's a payment due. And it sucks. My kids are really upset. Well, the lady in charge says that they can't set up a payment plan. There's $6,000 due in 4 days or 5 days, whatever, on Friday. It's absolutely unbelievable. So think about that. If anybody's heard about anything like that, let me know. Leave a report. Tell me what to do. Leave a message offline. Whatever. Now, we got another thing coming down the pipe. The MLPs. They want to expand the MLPs. They want to make it a bigger area. They want to take all of San Diego. They want to take most of Orange County. They want to take the rest of Laguna. They want to take a huge swath of Point Vincini that is still open. They got so much they want to take. And on November 6th, we're all going to have an opportunity to talk about this, and we're all going to have an opportunity to voice our opinions on this MLP thing. I just don't understand how they can justify getting more when they've never done a study on what they've already taken from us. You can go to the Fish and Game Commission, the website, and you can pull up the maps. You can see. I have one of them on here, I think. Let me see if I got the San Diego MLPs, I think. Yeah, there you go. I got the San Diego one, the one they want the rest of San Diego. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? That is freaking crazy, man. They want the rest of San Diego. All the maps are available. But, gang, there's no reason. Hey, Paul, long time no talk. How are you, buddy? There's no reason to expand the MPAs. There's no reason to make these larger. There's no reason for this. But what I would ask, and what all of you should ask on the chance that we have to call in on November 6th, is transparency. If you've done studies, if you have, where do we find the information? They have to give it to us. It should be public knowledge. We have to be able to see it. We got to be able to touch it. We all know that they haven't done any. They haven't done anything. We know that. We know they haven't stuck their head under the water. We know that they don't know what the effects of the MLPs that are in existence have done for sea life, or what they haven't done for sea life. We know all of that. We know that they don't know because they haven't done any studies. So then to come out with this new maps, we were told a long time ago that they were going to be looked at in 5 years. Then in 5 years, we were told we don't have any money. But I was told, because I couldn't take it, and I went to the meeting, like my father and like so many other people, we would go to these meetings. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore, and I just asked the simple question. Because I know we're all there on our own dime, and I know they're all there on our dime. They're all there because we're paying them to be there. Are you going to open up the MLPs? That's why we're all here. We're not here for our health. We're here to find out if you're going to open it. And I was told, and if anybody was at that meeting, you remember, as long as the structure remains in the MPAs, they're not going to open it up. And I was like, what? What did you just say? And they're all, as long as the structure is in the MPAs, we will never open them again. That's when I quit going to the MPA meetings, because I knew right then and there we were screwed. They don't do anything for us. They only take away from us. So it's super important, gang, to be at this meeting on the 6th, because they're going to expand the MPAs. How is that good? That's just taking away more areas. Yep, we were told a lot of stuff back in the day, and it just didn't happen. Hey, Tim, how are you? John, Jason, everybody. So I can only hope that you guys show up. We just want transparency. That's all. And we were told at the Fish and Game Commission meeting that there would be full transparency, right? And that's all I asked for, was full transparency. Can we know what's going on? Can you tell us where we can look it up? I want to know where this full transparency is. And yeah, well, if you don't want water in your fire hydrants, vote yes on Prop 50. It's real simple. It comes down to that, like Michael Folk says every Tuesday. It all comes down to if you want water in your fire hydrant or not. Period. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, they've never seen the areas in person, John. They want to close these areas without even looking at them, because a friend of a friend's sister's brother's aunt's cousin said that when they were in San Diego, they went out on a sailboat and they fished for 3 hours. As they drifted through the kelp, there were no fish. So that's why they're going to close more areas of the MPAs, because there's no fish. We have a lunatic in Laguna that every time there's a meeting, he's at the meetings and he's screaming from the top of his lungs about how there's no fish left in Laguna. And we got to close the rest of Laguna just to save the fish, which, oh my gosh. I personally can promise you guys that whole area in Laguna that they say there's no fish in, there is an extreme amount of fish that we will never, ever be able to fish again. Dana Point Laguna. They want the rest of Laguna. They want that southern end all the way to Dana Point. They want that, Dave. The rest of Laguna, the south end of Laguna, they want the rest of it all the way to Dana Point. And they won't be happy till they get that. They will not be happy until they get that area. The maps are clearly stated at the Fishing Game Commission, or the Fishing Game. You can go look at this meeting coming up on November 6th is a discussion meeting, but the maps are there. I just have a little piece of a map showing you where the San Diego closures are. This ought to just piss you off, because we're going to get the rest of this area right here in San Diego closed down, so that you guys in San Diego won't really have anywhere to fish. And then when you go up above to Point Loma, the rest of Point Loma is closed. It's just so much. It's just ridiculous. Like Frank Lopresti said 100 million times, they're on a mission to stop fishing in the United States of America. I don't know why. And I'm going to scream and yell about it until the 6th of November. And then we're going to show up at that meeting. And I hope all of you show up. Take the day off, or mark your calendar, put an alarm on your calendar, do something to make sure that you do not miss that meeting on November 6th, just to say what you feel. You don't know how, you got to show up to the meeting. It's going to be a Zoom meeting on your telephone, and you'll be able to talk. And we'll go over it as we get closer to the 6th. We'll go over how the whole thing works, because we got really, really good at it on the sand bass. When we were trying to keep the sand bass open, we got real good at it. We'll show you how to do it, and we'll teach you about it as we get closer. Then you can't even make this stuff up, gang. Look at this. And now remember, we bought wolves from Canada. We paid $1 million a wolf. And I had Jim Shockey, if anybody knows who he is, he was laughing when he was on our podcast about it. They told us, we'll sell you wolves. We'll sell California wolves all day long for $1 million a wolf. You guys are out of your minds bringing these things into residential areas. You guys are out of your mind. And all we got to do is just watch and see. Now look at this. I want you guys to check this out. You can't make this up. Look at this. Read this for a second. Following an unprecedented level of livestock attacks across the Sierra Valley, the California Fish and Wildlife, in coordination with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, has taken the difficult steps of lethally removing 4 gray wolves from such and such a pack. This action follows months of intense, non-lethal management efforts to reduce livestock loss, and is grounded in the best available science, understanding the wolf's biology. Between March 28th and September 10th, these wolves were responsible for 70 total livestock. Well, if they're admitting 70, we know it's more like 300 or 400, because they're a bunch of liars anyway. And with 110 confirmed probable wolf-caused livestock losses statewide during this period, these specific wolves accounted for 63% of the total livestock loss. Okay? And you just keep reading, and then you can click on the blue and go and see more about this. Gang, we told you. We told them. What in the heck what are you doing? What are they doing? Oh my gosh, what are they doing? Now we're killing the wolves after we paid millions of dollars for the wolves. Now we're killing them. Uh-oh. They eat livestock? Who'd have thought? Whoever thought they would eat livestock? Oh my gosh, except everybody that has a clue. But we saw who the people are. that make all these great decisions in the state of California. Like that is just, I was blown away yesterday when I read this. I couldn't even believe that they're admitting. Isn't that crazy? That is absolutely ludicrous, right? That they admitted to 70 when we so if they admitted to 70, we know that the numbers are way higher, way higher. Now there's actual entities that want to introduce the grizzly bear to California again. Is this crazy stuff? These are the people that are making the decisions. That's why it's so important to be involved in this. So important. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican or who you voted for or what you vote for, but I do care if you're going to close more of the ocean. If you think that closing the ocean to fishing is going to fix anything, you're out of your cotton picking mind, because we know that we don't have a direct effect of the population of the fish in the ocean with the fishing pole. We know that. Yes, we do. And we'll admit it. And even though I consider myself a really good fisherman, oh, I'm an excellent fisherman, I don't have an effect of the population of fish in the ocean with a fishing pole. California sea lions have an effect of the population. When you reintroduce the otters down here in Southern California, they'll have an effect. But me and you with our fishing poles, I don't even care, John Stanley. Not even you're that good of a fisherman to affect the population. So as we move forward, gang, I want to make sure that we show up to these meetings. I want to see us out there. I want to see us show up in huge numbers to this MLP discussion meeting on November 6th. It's just a discussion. No, nothing's going to be. But my God, if we all show up, can you imagine what we did at the Fishing Game Commission meeting for the sand bass? Now we could show up in mass numbers and be there for this MLP expansion. Oh my gosh. We can make a huge difference, gang. I promise you. And throwing money at this problem isn't going to fix it. We, the people, are going to fix this problem. Hold on there for 1 second. Just hang on and check out this video, and then we'll get right back into this. And anything else you guys want to discuss or you think matters, go ahead. Leave a comment. Let me know. We'll discuss whatever you guys want to discuss today. I'm really fired up on this.
This is the Promar Ahi booth. Now, last night at the new product showcase, I looked at some of the lures, and the nicest lure that I saw on the shelf was the Ahi Ikara. So they have their new Ikara line of jigs. These things are absolutely incredible. I'm gonna show you them up close, but we're gonna talk to Dave here. Dave's gonna run us through the new lures from Promar Ahi and tell us what the features are on the lures. So now you corrected me and said these were slow pitch jigs?
Yeah, their slow pitch jigging is the new thing in the fishing industry. Everybody's doing the slow pitch thing. They're making rods for it and everything. So we came out with the Ikara line of slow pitch jigs. And the way that the fish react to them is absolutely incredible. Like you were mentioning to me, you could tell that they went to everything right. The hooks are perfectly weighted. Every part of the lure is weighted so that it flutters when it falls, and it looks just like a wounded bait fish. And it causes an unbelievable reaction bite. As we go through the line, we have them from 15 grams all the way to 150 grams.
Okay, so we're talking saltwater and freshwater.
Oh, yes, salt and fresh. I just did a seminar over at the Bass Tank, and every bass in there had the lure in his mouth at least 5 times.
First off, I just got to say, the quality and the detail on these things, you can visually walk by and see that these things are built different. I mean, the tiniest details on this, it looks like a real fish. 3D depth on the eyes. I mean, these things are unbelievable. Even the way the hooks are attached They have like heat shrink sleeves over the tie-ons. I mean, everything was thought through on these lures that I can see from.
You really have to fish with it to appreciate it. When you watch it flutter, it's incredible. And I know you couldn't see it in the product showcase how it flutters, but you can only see what you can see, but you recognized it, which was a good deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try one of these in some of the invasives in South Florida. Now, if I'm fishing for bass, which ones would I go for here?
It all depends on the depth of the water.
Okay.
If you're going to fish the shallower water, you see the smaller bait, the largemouth bass or the peacock bass or the smallmouth chasing the small bait. This is going to replicate that small bait inside there.
Okay.
So you're going to throw this on a spinning rod with maybe some 6 pound or 8 pound because you're trying to get a reaction bite on that fish when they're on the small bait. You can't fish it with very heavy line because then it won't do the flutter as it sinks. So it's going to have to be a lighter line.
Okay.
As you move up to the weight, then you can move up on your pound test.
Now, how come they didn't put treble hooks on these?
Treble hook's not going to allow this to flutter the way we want it to flutter. We've tried different treble hooks. So the smaller treble hook will allow it to flutter, but then you won't hook it. J-hook, the way that it's weighted on here and the way that it's rigged, it's ready to go right out of the package, but you're also going to hook the fish when he eats it.
Well,
straight
Dave,
up and down.
They look beautiful. I appreciate the lesson you just gave me here, and I appreciate it all, man. I can't wait to try one of these things out in the water.
Thank you very much,
all right,
Joe,
gang,
for stopping
there you
by
go.
and
You can
checking
check
this
that
out.
out and so much more at at promarahi.com. And I'll throw the QR code up there on the screen. You save 15% on whatever you want at Promar. And let me tell you, they have bait nets, they have transfer scoops, they have squid brails, they have gaffs, they have sabikis, they have sabiki rods. They have every single thing that you need to go fishing in Southern California. And why not save 15% simply by using my QR code or my code, which is YSWG and the number 22. When you check out, you put in our code and you save 15%. That's pretty dang good. It's always good to save money. Now, look at, gang, this kind of is important to show up on the 6th of November. If you care about fishing at all, or if you care about the environment, or if you care about the future of our children, because what's happening here is an attack on the rights of we the people to fish in the ocean. And then they're going to take away a bunch of our lakes and our streams too. They are, because the 30 by 30 has to go into effect by 2030. And that's going to close down more of what's going on when they close down the lakes and the streams. And every single thing that we're having is a direct effect on the closures of every type of fish, everything that we do, everything that has to do with going outside. Let's be perfectly honest. It's all about going outside. What they all want you to do is sit inside your house and stare at the TV and do what they tell you to do. If you go outside and have free will, oh boy, they can't control free will. They can't control it. So they're going to do their best to make sure that you're sitting inside your house staring at the computer or staring at the phone. They don't want you to go outside. They don't want to see somebody with the suntan like me. They don't want to see me outside at all. They don't want to see you outside. They don't want to see you with the sunburned face. I don't care if it's bike riding, hiking, fly fishing, or ocean fishing. They are on a mission to stop us from fishing in the state of California, and it's pretty sad. So if you show up on the 6th at our Zoom meeting, we're going to have the links. We're going to have everything. They haven't put it out yet, but they're going to here in the next few days. And Elliot and I will make sure that we all know how to get on, how to link on, and how to be a part of the discussion. which is super important to be a part of the discussion. When 150 or 200 people show up at the discussion meeting, they're going to go, what the heck? We, the people, are going to be informed. We, the people, are going to show up, right? And we're going to not allow this to happen anymore. Just simply by showing up, gang, it's so powerful. You can definitely be there. I promise you. We will make it as easy as we possibly can. We'll fire the links up. We'll make it super cinchy. Back to the thing about people answering about my asking for an attorney. It's for my kids to find out what's going on. They bought a brand new house and they just got a bill for electricity for 3 years. They haven't paid for their electricity, even though they've tried. They've gone down there. They've tried every way possible. And they've been told 100 million times that there's no bill. And then Friday, they were told that there's now a $6,000 bill that must be paid by November 3rd or November 1st, or they're going to get their power shut off. That's what I'm looking for an attorney for. If there's any options, if we got any way we can do that. And then also I want to know, how do we get in front of this closure? I'm reading these comments while I'm talking. How do we all show up at these closures? I mean, at this meeting about the closures, which are MLP closures. Well, we're going to show you guys in the next few days as they put out the agenda and they put out the Zoom meeting. We will let you all know. And I really am thankful that I have such a great audience and that we're all willing to be a part of this meeting. And then what I would tell you guys is, this is the only way people are going to know about this is if we share this, because there's no other entities out there that are talking about this right now. Western Outdoor News is doing an article on it, and Your Saltwater Guide, but I don't see any of the other channels talking about it. And I know it costs me a bunch of money every time I talk about it because it costs me my audience. But this is important. If we don't slow these closures down, we aren't going to be able to fish. And I don't want to live in a world where you can't go fishing. I don't understand it. It really is hard. I don't understand it. I went to the meetings for the sand bass closures, and they all sat there asking other people that don't know, is this a good thing or a bad thing, these closures? And it's like, when I watched that, I was just like blown away. It's like, we don't have a clue. Nope. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. It's going to be in Sacramento, like it always is, Jack. But it'll be a Zoom meeting, so you can attend it on the Zoom. It's just a discussion meeting. It's not going to make any, but if we all show up at the Zoom meeting, gang, that's where we're going to make a difference. Yeah, we'll throw up the links just like we did last time, and we'll make sure. And we have, you had 18 keepers? All right. How cool is that? No, I'm not driving to Tahoe. I'm coming up there, Matt, to do some videos for Promar and to get Kelly's ring. That's why I'm coming there. Matt and his wife did a nice thing rebuilding Kelly's ring. Kelly's wedding ring got stuck on her finger and got infected, or something happened to Kelly's finger and it puffed up, and oh my gosh, it was cutting off the circulation. We had to cut off her ring with a pair of dikes. We cut it off with a pair of dikes, and then Matt and his beautiful wife rebuilt the ring for us. Took it home, rebuilt it, and it looks gorgeous. I got to see a picture of it. Oh my goodness. I'm just reading all these. Thank you guys for being a part of this, and thanks for understanding how important it is. What is the lure on the thumbnail? The lure is the Akara jig. The Akara jig, you can simply go to Promar Ahi with that QR code that's on the screen right now, and you can see the Akara jig. Anything goes. You can check it out there, and then you can simply buy it for 15% off. All right, gang. Well, let's see. We got a sick monkey too. My little monkey is super sick. He's been puking all morning. His tail is bleeding like crazy. I don't know what we're going to do with the monk. We feel bad for him, but I don't know. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? You had a huge one fall off. He was stuck on the outside. Yeah, poor Marley's been puking all morning. His little tail's bleeding like crazy. There was so much blood in the house last night from the Marley bleeding all over the place. The biggest halibut I've ever seen in Cabo, they're tiny. They're little tiny halibuts. They get down here. Little tiny halibuts, like fly swatters. Dave, they're little. Yeah, poor Marley. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, what else? We'll keep going on this closure thing. We'll keep going on this. We'll get you all fired up and all involved in I can't see anybody else. Nope. Nobody else wants to talk. Nobody else has anything to say. Well, gang, I thank you all very, very much for a great show today. I got everything I needed to get off of my chest. I'm going to fire you guys up and keep going towards November 6th. Don't forget, you guys, oh yeah, that would really help. He'd probably kill her. Don't forget, you got two things coming up. You got the big vote on Prop 50. If you want water in your hydrants, you'll vote no. If you don't care about water in your hydrant, then you'll vote yes. It's okay. Either way, if you want your house to burn down, you don't need water. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. I forgot. Gang, tomorrow is going to be a high fire day. Tomorrow, the next day, and the next day in Southern California. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they're going to be unbelievable. Okay? Why? Because the Santa Ana winds. And I called this right before the big fire last year that burnt down the Palisades and burnt down Pasadena. Tomorrow, we will find out if Gavin Newsom's put any water in the fire hydrants. That's for damn sure. You're going to find out tomorrow. Probably tomorrow morning, they're going to start. The match flickers are going to be out in force. You know, the people that love to flick the matches, gets them all horny. They're going to be flicking matches tomorrow morning. The Santa Anas are going to start tomorrow morning, and they're going to blow till Friday. And Good luck. I hope you guys have water in your fire hydrants. That's all I can say. But if you vote yes on Prop 50, then you don't want water in your fire hydrant. I understand. I was told water wouldn't have helped anyway. So it would have been nice to try it, but I understand. If you don't want it, you don't need it. Just remember that. Hopefully they put water in your fire hydrants because this is going to be a big fire event. They're not talking about it, but I'm telling you, the Santa Ana winds are going to blow starting tomorrow morning through Friday. So those of you that are in fire-prone areas, you may want to get ready. Do whatever you got to do. Start moving stuff away from the sides of your house. Get ready. Water everything down. I don't know. But here comes the Santa Ana winds. And if you look around, everything grew big time because we had so much beautiful weather that the areas have grown all around you. And with the rain that we had, it made it grow more. Now we're in trouble. Now you better look out. Santa Anas are going to start blowing tomorrow morning. I'm just telling you, don't go look. Go look. When that high pressure system builds up over Arizona, that means Santa Ana winds. And it's going to be devastating. So get ready for that. Hope there's water in your fire hydrants, gang. And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about it with Michael Folks. And we'll have a really good guest with us also tomorrow. So thank you all very, very much. Have a great day. Turn off the news. They're all lying. Take care of yourselves. You're the only ones that care about you is you. So take care of yourselves. Get everything taken care of. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck tonight. Hopefully the Santa Ana winds bypass you. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. Turn off the news.